Alright, it's September 12th, 2012. This is Reality's Supreme Being, also known as HRM, Caesar St. Augustine de Buonaparte, and I am still a presidential candidate whose debate challenges have been ignored for almost 2 years now, since I filed back in 2010, and all the candidates, especially including Romney and Obama, and of course all of you know why they don't answer the debates, because their political advisors say, why are you giving this person free publicity? Because you're somebody, you're on the news every day, and you can't talk to a nobody. But yet, they do talk to nobodies. They talk to nobodies all the time. You see it in the news, because it's all fabricated, all of it. So here you are following the exploits and the campaign exploits of Romney and Obama, whoop-de-doo, and the people's exploits, you know. Yesterday I talked a bit about a lot of stuff. This morning I had to come on again. I'm running out of time in my storages, and you know, again, it's the same problem. Nobody wants to rent or work a deal with me. There's no creative deals out there because everybody's hurting so bad, so they claim, that they want as much money as they can out of everybody, but nobody's got money, so they continue to hurt. So what's the solution? This idiocy running this planet. So let me tell you what happened this morning. So I'm helping somebody get some air in the tire, and they're trying to get some air in the tire, and this is at a Chevron station at the corner of Canoga Avenue and Sherman Way in downtown central Canoga Park. So now I know the Russian guy. He's a real tall guy. He owns a Chevron station. He has a car wash in the back. And I'm under the understanding that he also possibly owns the Shell station across the street, also at the corner of Canoga and Sherman Way. Now, what happens this morning is the lady behind the counter was having trouble with the remote and trying to tell me that the battery didn't work. So I'm looking at it, trying to see if the battery's working, and this kind of a, I guess it's not silver. It's a I can't place a name on it. What color this Mercedes is, but I guess it's a light colored, you can't call it silver, I guess it's a kind of like a silver copper color, very light copper color. You can barely tell, you know, what color it is. Anyway, who cares what color it is? So this lady drives up and says, don't give the customers the remote control. So she goes in to rant and rave on the lady. She comes out, and I says, all I was trying to do is, I said I was trying to help her with the battery, you know. And she goes, they're not supposed to give the batteries, well, the machine won't turn on. She says something about, well, you'll just have to put money in it. Well, I don't have any change right now, and we're just in a hurry, and we just, you know, she buys gasoline here all the time, this lady here. And so the lady starts telling me, shh, and like trying to talk over me, and that set me off. So I gave her the full 29-degree lowdown. I said, you know, you're driving this rich Mercedes. Who do you think you are, just jumping down people's throats over bull crap, little tiny stuff like this? And she started, you know, she's like, you know, and you, why don't you go back to your own country? You're a foreigner anyway. Do you really belong here anyway? And she's like, oh, you know, you need to get out of here. I said, no, I don't need to get out of here. I need to get air over here. So I motioned to the lady to go across the street. I guess she interpreted, because I motioned to the lady that I was trying to give air to, I guess she got it wrong, because she thought I meant go to the Shell station across the street. There's a tire place right behind, next in the alley that backs up the Shell station, and it's a tire place where she could get air, and I meant for her to drive over to the tire place so they'll come out and just put in air for the tire for her, and she could be on her way. The lady follows her and me around the block, through the alley, and goes over to the Shell station and starts telling the guy over there not to give us any service. I'm just like, I'm fit to be tied at this point. I'm going, who the hell does she think she is? What the? This is outright prejudice. So then I turn around, and I'm not parked anywhere on the property, and she's going, you blah blah blah. And she's saying a bunch of stuff, and says, you know, you do not have any common courtesy. You are such an evil person. And I said, God is going to punish you, guarantee it. If there is a God, God should punish people like you. And she was very offended by that one, too. I don't care what religion she believes in. So then she goes to the alley and starts taking pictures of my bicycle. And she takes pictures of the lady's car that's trying to get air while it's in the tire place. It's not even on the Shell station. The woman is whacked, totally whacked. So I tell her, the last parting thing I tell her, I says, you should be careful who you are telling this to, because I wrote her license number down. She saw me do it. That made her even more upset. She's trying to stand in front of her license plate. But, so, I'm fit to be tied. You know, this is ridiculous. You don't treat customers like that. This all could have ended at the Chevron station with her saying, well, thank you very much for offering to help us, but, you know, we have our own people that fix our remotes. And you'll just have to go across the street or get air at that tire place, you know. No, instead, she's worried about that. She's bound and determined not to give us service at the Chevron or the Shell station. That's outright prejudice. That's actually, if I found a lawyer who could do this, they'd probably sue both Shell and Chevron for treating any customers like that. So anyway, so the party note was to tell her, you know, there are homeless people there are people that look like they're homeless, that are acting like they're homeless. They're disguised as homeless people, but they're actually people that work for the NSA and CIA and certain fusion centers in the United States to keep an eye on terrorism and stuff like that. And I said, you know, you should be careful who you talk to like that, because I've just written your license plate number down, and you don't know if I'm one of those people. If I am, you're in real deep doo-doo. Because all I have to do is give the number to whoever is doing the deal, and they'll run every check on you, every background check, all the way back to your Middle East, wherever you came from. And you may have more troubles, or they may dig up skeletons in you that you don't want dug up. And then I told her, I said, and you should be careful anyway, because you don't know whether the person you're talking to is one of those people like James Holmes, who is crazy enough to come back and do your service station a real bad time. So anyway, so I left, and I said, I'm bound and determined to do something about this. So I got on the phone. Since I know that now I know, because of what she did, that means that the owner, I never knew this before, but they probably own both stations. So they own a Chevron and a Shell across the street from each other. So there is no real free business enterprise or business competition here. They set the prices on both gas prices, both at the Shell and the Chevron station, and they're not giving any deal to anybody. So anyway, but I know the tall guy. He's from Russia, and he's a nice guy. He's not a bad guy. But this woman who he has working for him, I don't care if it's his wife, she had no business talking to a customer, any customer like that, because you never know what you could be getting yourself into. So you never talk down to a customer. That's the first thing they teach you in business school, in college. If you're going to run a business, unless they're really doing something outrageous, and that means you got to call the police or 911, you shouldn't be talking down to people. So anyway, so that's what she did. She started in on me right away. And she judged me because of my bicycle. I guess she says, oh, I see you all the time. I heard her say, I see you all the time. See me all the time? What, you notice me? Are you trying to come on to me? I mean, all kinds of thoughts went into my head as to what I wanted to tell this woman. So, to be sarcastic. So anyway, she's taking pictures of me, and I pull my phone out. I'm in the alley taking pictures of her. and I'm going, what is this? The duel of the cell phones taking pictures of each other. How ridiculous is that? I mean, I was just feeding her frenzy, is really what I was doing. I didn't care about her. I don't care about what she said. I wasn't insulted. So anyway, so I get on the phone and I call the Shell company first. And I made a formal complaint that if these people have a franchise with your business name, it's really, really a bad idea to be giving them bad business where people will not buy Shell or Chevron for that matter. But it's interesting because my protest that I'm asking people to stop buying gasoline. So, hey, looks like this lady's doing me a favor. You know, if she's going to be talking to people like that, maybe they will diminish doing business there, which hurts the franchise, not necessarily the company. The company still has their name, but their name is there. And I know Shell and Chevron and Texaco and all these different companies, I mean, they care about how their customers are treated. They're business people. As bad as I paint them, as bad a picture as I paint CEOs and businesses and how they mostly operate, they still have a corporate Bible and they have rules to go by. And one of them is you don't act discourteous to your customers, no matter who they are. It's not like I don't hang out at the gas station. The Mexicans hang out there trying to get jobs every morning. So why does she chase them off? You don't know. This had to do with her wanting her way. This is an ego trip. And most Middle Easterners have that problem. They come here to the United States, they get in their fine, rich car, and then they think they can boss people around. I know plenty of people from Mexico. They come here. They don't do that. They get successful. They're too busy to do that. So why don't they act the same way? They're not from here. No, it's only Middle Easterners, okay? So you figure it out. What the heck's wrong with these people? So anyway, so I went off on my bicycle, and I'm sure she's still parked there, talking about the whole incident all day long. Maybe she even called the police, but I warn you. Lady, if you're out there and you listen to this video, I warn you, you better not make any false police reports, because I just reported it right here on YouTube, and that'll be used in court, and this isn't going to get erased. So, this is why I say, be careful who you're talking down to, okay? So, unless you got nothing to lose, and then you don't have a problem. Well, Obama and Romney have still not answered my 16th challenge to a debate before the November elections. But tried and true, down to the last thread of clothes on their bodies, the media will probably the little media, maybe a radio station, will try and contact me and say, we want to do an interview with you. Well, why do you wait till October, the end, a month or 2 weeks before the election, to do an interview with someone no one has ever heard of? What do you think it's going to do? Boost your ratings? You're just doing it to make fun of people. People that are running for president. Some of them are actually serious about running, but they don't have the money to compete with this poker game called running for office. It's a poker game. If you got more money than your opponent, you'll probably win. I mean, Rockefeller did it. Nelson did. He got himself into the vice presidency, didn't he? So where's this all end? You tell me. I've told you people, the best mass destructive weapon in the world is non-cooperation. Don't buy from that store. Don't buy gasoline. Don't cooperate with your government, your business people. Limit the amount of business you do with people so that you can make them hurt. Because they love money. They're in business to make money. And if you stop the flow of money, everything stops. It doesn't matter. Food, especially. That really endangers people. So today is just another wandering day for me. I'm probably not going to find I try to keep a positive idea about finding a place, but the only way I'm going to find a place is if, again, it's like poker. If I have enough money to bribe someone to rent to me. Because that's what it boils down to. They ask on ridiculous amounts of money. The banks ask ridiculous amounts of money for loaning their money, which become mortgages, payments. It's all based on money, the circulation of money. Teddy Roosevelt once said that if you don't spread money around like manure, it won't produce any growth. But that's not necessarily true. There's barter systems, there's people that trade, all kinds of things. So, I would tend to think that it behooves you people to create another office above the president and the vice president. As it is, I'm very, very tired today, and I don't know what I'm going to be doing the rest of the day other than just, like I said, floating around. Maybe I'll stop over at my friend Sam's, the antique store, and hang out there because I'm not making any progress. I'll end up at my storages. I'm probably going to end up starting probably the beginning of next week, and start taking everything and putting it out on the sidewalk, waiting for the city, working my butt off, just so that the city can come with their big trucks and take my stuff away, because stuff is not allowed on the sidewalk. Stuff is not allowed out on the street, because no one wants to rent to me. I can't find a place to rent where they're reasonable, where they're willing to, work a deal, creative deal with me. I'm on a limited budget. It's it's a fixed budget. I can't make more money. I've had a lot of offers. People, when I put stuff for sale on Craigslist, people come and they say, "Oh, I can help you get a job, make money." They say, "What? How many more years do I have to work for somebody else to save money?" Or you don't have to work for somebody else. You can work for yourself, but you can make money. But then they stick the knife in at the last sentence and say, "But you have to give me X amount of dollars to turn you on to this." Okay, excuse me. If I have to give you money to be turned on to how to make money, I'm sorry. Then I'm going to start charging too for all my videos. Charging for telling people that I'm not going to give you the answers to how to immortality, how to make the DNA last almost forever. I'm not going to give you the secrets of how to stop tornadoes. I'm not going to give anybody anything unless somebody puts the money up front first. I mean, you've already got 2 on me. Society knows about my spherical oil barge, which would have stopped all oil spills since the late 1970s. And you also know about my water recycling 2-story house that would have saved enough water that these places that are experiencing droughts every summer wouldn't be experiencing droughts. But no one has taken action on those, so I would expect to think that the world is just full of very illogical, cruel, vicious people, and that they'd rather see someone slowly die and lose all of their possessions than to help them out. I can pay every month something, but to who? To all the greedy people that have their prices too high? That's just not right. Anyway, that's for my video for today. Besides the fact that Obama and Romney are not going to answer my challenges, I'll probably end up making another video in a few days or so, challenging them with another deadline, because they're not going to debate me before the 28th of September. Anyway, all right, so that's it, and we'll talk to you later.